No one remembered when the whispers in Derry actually began. Some say it started with the river. Some say it started with the children who went missing and were never found. But the truth is it started long before memory. Long before birth, long before anyone in Derry could speak of fear. And no, it's happening again. Because something old, something hungry has begun to wake beneath the town. You can feel it, can't you? That tightening in the chest. That feeling that something is watching you from the corner of your room. The way your skin prickles when you walk past a storm drain as if something is waiting down there. Smiling, welcome to Derry, where children don't just disappear, they're taken. We begin right after the events of episode 3, the graveyard, the photographs. The moment where the laughter of childhood is replaced by the cold realization that the word is not safe. The losers didn't just see a ghost, they saw him. Even if they don't know it yet. Not the clown, not the teeth. Not the thing behind it. The thing that wears shapes like clothes. Pennywise is only one of the faces of hunger. And episode 4 finally begins to open the door. The trailer opens in silence. A room that smells of metal and old sweat. A single flickering overhead bulb. A mirror that isn't really a mirror. An interrogation room. Dick Howard and Taniel. Two men sitting across from one another. Two lives woven by something far larger than either of them understands. If you remember earlier episodes, Howard isn't just any man. He has the shine, the ability to see thoughts, memories, secrets buried so deep they feel fossilized, but the shine is not a gift, it is a door, and doors open both ways. Howard leans in. He says, "What they want me to do to you, it's not going to be pleasant." And in that moment, the air freezes, because you know what's coming. Not violence, not threats, but truth. The kind of truth that leaves people screaming. Meanwhile, on the other side of the mirrored glass, General Shaw watches. The same Shaw who has pretended for decades that the evil in Derry is just superstition, a bad memory, a story to keep people quiet. But Shaw knows 1908. He remembers the cycle, he remembers the 27 years. Because no matter how much the people of Derry convince themselves the horror is gone, it always comes back. Howard touches his forehead, his eyes close. His voice goes quiet, and the shine begins. But here's the thing no one in that room understands. When you look into someone else's mind in Derry, you risk seeing things that were never human to begin with. Taniel's memories bleed, distort, stretch like melting film. Sounds bleed into each other. A clock ticks, but the ticking isn't time, it's a heartbeat. And underneath it a voice from a school safety film repeating the same phrase, duck and cover. But it's not talking about bombs, it's talking about him. About taking cover from the thing coming through the dark. Lily knows it too. She goes to the police. She tries to warn them. Whoever killed Teddy, Phil, and Susie, it came after us again, but notice the word she uses, whoever. Not what. Because if she says what she really saw, if she talks about the creature with the face of a clown and the eyes of a nightmare, they'll send her straight back to Juniper Hill. And this time, she won't come back out. Derry does not like people who tell the truth. Ask anyone who tried what you can't. Because they're gone. Will. Innocent, quiet Will. The woods are fish still. The sky is calm. The water looks safe. But Derry is never safe near water. He leans in. Something pulls at the line, a fish maybe, but the water ripples wrong. The reflection bends, and then an arm, burned shirt. Skin that looks melted and blistered. Reaching, dragging, pulling Will toward the water. Toward the memory of a fire that hasn't happened yet. Because time in Derry is not a straight line. The past is the future is the past. And Pennywise feeds on all of it. And this is where things get dangerous, because Will's father, Hanlon, starts to understand his son isn't lying. The monster is real. The threat is real. And when someone in Derry realizes the truth, Pennywise notices. Which is why near the end of the trailer we see him, standing in the street, outside the Hanlon home, no smile. Just watching. Because Pennywise doesn't always arrive laughing. Sometimes he waits. And waiting is worse. Do you know what makes Derry different from any other town? It's not the murders. It's not the disappearances. It's not even the way the adults pretend they don't see the blood on the sidewalks. It's the silence. The way people in Derry choose not to remember. Because the truth here isn't lost, it's buried. Willingly. Like a child hiding the monster under the bed, knowing full well the monster is the one tucking them in at night. And now that silence is cracking. Howard sees it, his eyes are closed. But he is somewhere else. Not with interrogation room, not with Taniel. He's in a memory that doesn't belong to him. A burning building, screams muffled by smoke, people banging on doors that will not open. The black spot. A place built on hope. A place that was supposed to be safe, a bar, a meeting ground, a piece of normalcy carved out for the soldiers who were treated like ghosts in their own country. Dick and his friends built it with their hands. Board by board, nail by nail, laugh by laugh, a sanctuary, until hatred and fear came wearing white uniforms and clean smiles. The Legion of White Decency. They didn't just burn the black spot, they celebrated it. Because in Derry, cruelty is not the exception. It is the language the town speaks. And the fire didn't just kill buildings, it killed futures. It killed songs, dreams, hands that were building something better. And somewhere in that fire Hanlon will be trapped. Not yet, not now, but soon. Because the shine does not show what is. It shows what is coming. And the worst part, Howard can feel Pennywise watching him watch it. Like something in the dark bending close to you, breathing against your neck, smiling because you finally understand you cannot save everyone. You may not be able to save anyone. Meanwhile, Lily is falling apart quietly. She walks through town and everything feels too bright, too loud, too sharp. The chief of police looks at her as if she's speaking in riddles. But the real horror? Lily is starting to doubt herself. Not because she didn't see Pennywise. Not because she doesn't know he's real. But because in Derry the truth is treated like insanity. If everyone around you insists the monster doesn't exist, how long before your own mind starts to go soft around the edges? Do you tell yourself the blood was a trick of the light? The balloon was just trash blowing in the wind? The laughter echoing in the sewer was your imagination? Lily is trying to hold on. But Pennywise loves people like her, people who almost break. Because once they dough they taste better. And then we have Marge, so timid. Desperate to fit in Marge. She thinks the patty cakes are her friends. But Derry has a way of showing you exactly where you stand. One insult, one rumor, one moment of humiliation, it only takes that much for the walls of her world to collapse. And Pennywise does not need to hunt her. She will walk to him on her own. Because when the town turns on you, the clown is the only one who will smile at you. But his smiles are made of teeth. So when Marge looks in the mirror, she doesn't see herself. She sees every laugh behind her back, every whisper. And just behind her reflection, just barely visible, the curve of white face paint, the suggestion of a grin, the kind of smile that promises love and delivers death. Marge will be next. Unless someone stops it. But who would? Meanwhile, Will is still shaken from the lake. He goes home. He doesn't speak. His hands won't stop trembling. His mother notices first. She holds him. But her eyes look past him to the window, as if she can feel something outside, watching, wanting. Parents like to believe they can protect their children. But in Derry, parents bury their children. Sometimes literally, sometimes emotionally. Sometimes in tiny wooden boxes lowered into the ground while the whole town pretends the sky is blue and clean and normal. So when Will tells his father what he saw, he expects disbelief. Instead, really listens. Because Hanlon has seen the shine himself, not in visions, but in blood. He storms into General Shaw's office. What the hell do you have us chasing? He's not asking about the military assignment. He's asking about the thing beneath the town. The thing Shaw knows. The thing Shaw remembers. The thing Shaw fears. Shaw looks at him like a man who has been running from the same shadow his entire life. Because in Derry, denial is survival. The moment you believe the monster is real, you're already on the menu. The trailer escalates. A red balloon drifts along the river. Casual, innocent, like a joke only the dead understand. Howard smashes into a bathroom, not fight someone, to save someone. But whether he arrives in time is another question entirely. Because Pennywise doesn't kill quickly, he kills slowly, lovingly. He makes you want the end. That is the horror of Derry. Not death, but the surrender before death, and finally night. Still quiet? The kind of quiet where the house feels too empty even when people are inside. A street lamp flicker, there he is. Standing in front of the Hanlon home. No music, no ladder, no performance. Just a shape, a silhouette, the faint suggestion of white grace paint in the moonlight. He's not here to introduce himself. He's here to let them know he sees them. He knows them. He is coming, and the worst part, he's smiling.